To set up these billing and usage alarms, it's actually a two-step process. First, we actually have to enable billing alerts for this account. And so we can do that by searching for billing in the search bar from the home page of the console. We're going to go ahead and jump into the billing page here. On the left-hand pane here, we're going to go ahead and jump down to the billing preferences. And from there, we are going to go ahead and enable receive billing alerts. You can also enable free tier usage alerts here at the same time. So once we go ahead and save these preferences, we're going to jump into the second phase of this operation to get this set up by once again going up to the search pane here and searching for the service called CloudWatch. Once we've navigated ourselves to the CloudWatch service, we can go ahead and click all alarms, billing, or even in alarms, any of the options under the alarms tab here on the left panel. And then we're going to go ahead and find the create alarm button on the top right hand side. And we're going to go ahead and start selecting our metrics and configuring our conditions for this alarm. Once we go ahead and select metrics, we'll be presented with an option window here to be able to select a specific metric that we would like to monitor to alarm on. We'll go ahead and select billing and check the total estimated charge. Once we select this, we'll wait for it to load here and select the metric to alarm on. We don't need to mess with any of the other options here in the metrics window. We'll jump down to the conditions section where we'll want to go ahead and choose static, greater than, and a value in USD. For me, I'm going to be setting $10 because I don't expect right now that there'll be a lot of usage on this account. You'll want to set this appropriate for the expected usages of your account. And note that you can't edit this over time. If in case you do start incurring more usage on your account, you can up this maybe to $100 or $1,000 depending on what makes sense for your specific use cases. Once we have that set, we're going to go ahead and hit next and set up the SNS email notifications when this alarm triggers. Most of you guys probably won't have an SNS topic set up, so we'll go ahead and create and select the new topic option here, and we'll go ahead and set a topic name. For me, I'm going to go ahead and set this as the billing usage alarm topic. Under this, we can set an email address that we'd like to receive notifications for. You can enter yours. It's a comma-separated list if you want to enter more than one address. So I'm going to go ahead and enter the email address that I would like to receive email notifications when this alarm triggers. So that way you don't necessarily have to be monitoring this account 24/7 to be able to see when this notification happens. There are also advanced options with SNS to send text messages and other cool notifications. We'll go ahead and hit the create topic button, which in the background will create this topic for us automatically in the SNS service, and it will automatically select that as the existing topic that we want to use. At this point, we can go ahead and hit create next and go ahead and give our alarm some descriptive name. I will call it billing usage alarm. You can name it whatever you would like, and we'll go ahead and hit next and create this alarm. Now, when you come back into the console and look at all alarms, you'll see that you have this billing usage alarm set up, and it should be operational for you to go ahead and start receiving notifications about when this alarm triggers. One last thing that you'll have to do before completing this tip is going into the inboxes for the addresses that you provided SNS when setting up this alarm and verifying the addresses so that SNS knows that you do in fact want to receive email notifications from the SNS topic at the addresses listed. This is a really simple way for AWS to fight spam and other nasty things that people want to do with these services on sending emails to unsolicited addresses.